I have to say, it took me a really long time, but I'm actually finally quite satisfied with my setup. So let's do a quick setup tour. Big shout out to Ugreen for sending over a bunch of stuff that has made this setup tour possible. Let's jump into it. First and foremost, we have the studio which we are sitting in. There is a black wallpaper that I put up. It's very poorly done, but it looks like it's a black backdrop, which is good enough for me. We've got two RGB LED backlights. We've got a top-down light that is an Aperture 150C. We've got a SL100D for a main key light, as well as a C-stand for top-down light or setting up a NAND light, Pavo tube for accent lighting or RGB, that kind of thing. This room used to be a lot more cluttered, but I cleared it out because I realized I didn't need that many sets. And with ZX going to be winded down, yes, I'm going to stop uploading on this channel in a couple of weeks. Sorry about that. I really didn't need this space to be super convoluted and do a lot of things. In fact, a black backdrop was enough for my future project moving forward, which I'll tell you about at the end of the video. So if you want to know what I'm going to do after I stop uploading to this channel, stay tuned for that. Next up, in the other side of the room, we have that concrete backdrop with a wooden table setup. This is where there used to be a backup PC, the NKSM2. I've already sold that since I'm not doing ZX Tech. I don't need a backup PC. But it's a place for basically doing a setup. So reviewing monitors or just having a laptop setup, it's kind of where it's going to be. But yeah, this is a EverDesk, which is great, with a little Philips Hue light bulb on a lamp in the back, with an LED strip on the bottom of the table and an RGB LED panel so that I can just control a variety of sound. I also have these light stands that are holding up moving blankets. These aren't actually acoustic blankets, but they work really, really well in cutting the echo in the room. So absolutely wonderful. I love using moving blankets as acoustic blankets. All right, that aside, let's move to my bedroom, which is, I think, the cooler setup. This is where you find the PC build that I recently talked about, the Fractal Terra with crazy custom cooling. We've got a monitor arm holding a 32-inch 4K monitor. This is the dual mode glossy OLED. I don't know whether I want to buy one of these and use it as my daily or wait for the tandem OLED version of it to come out. But either way, it's a great monitor. It's great for video editing, for doing schoolwork. I've been doing a lot of CAD recently, art, whatever. It's great. It's an amazing monitor. And when it's time to game, I can switch it into 1080p mode and hop on Valorant and just absolutely fry with 480Hz and OLED motion clarity. Beautiful. The next thing is the keyboard that we have on the table. Now, the keyboard I really like using is the Pulsar ES70HE. I like the font of the keycaps. I think the color scheme matches the table very well, which is silver and black. I don't know if you've noticed. But the problem is, for some reason, I can't seem to activate SnapTap, and there isn't any guide online about whether, how to turn that on this keyboard. So sometimes I swap over to my other Pulsar keyboard, the PCMK3HE. You might notice that I've stopped using my Optimum Wooting 60HE Plus, and that's because it's buggy. And for the audio, we have the Shure SM7B going to a cloud lifter, which goes into a random audio interface from Steinberg. The tape is because these LEDs are so bright, I can't sleep at night if I don't tape over them. Horrible stuff. As for audio, I use the Clinical Kiwi earphones. They're great. These are the Singolos. I find them very comfortable, and I find them to sound really good. So I game with them, I video edit them, I do everything with them. If you're wondering what mouse and mousepad I use as my daily driver, it's the Attack Shark i5 Ultra, which is a carbon fiber. It's not really carbon, but like carbon composite gaming mouse. It's really light. Its shape is just nice for my fingers, and I love it with the very nice and slippery Pulsar Hyperion mousepad, which is a collaboration with Lethal Gaming Gear. And there is also a top-down lighting setup over the table just for shots of this desk setup, though you won't be seeing much more of that since I'll stop uploading on this channel soon enough. Moving to the left a bit, there's kind of an open area. I'm thinking of this as like a workbench area, maybe, put a soldering iron, some tools here, but it's also quite vibes. We've got stuff hung on the wall. We've got my Frank Ocean Blonde, final print. It's a real legitimate copy, by the way, framed up, just sitting there, and it's got that earth tones vibe, and the whole room kind of has that color scheme. Then we have the kind of main work table. There's a cutting mat for doing little intricate artwork or stuff that requires knives and stuff. I think I should get a bigger cutting mat, but it is what it is. And then we have my area with the amazing Ugreen 300 watt charger. This is a Ugreen 330 watt GAN charger, and this thing fast charges anything I plug into it. It is absolutely phenomenal. Big shout out to Ugreen for sending it to me because it's got a ton of ports, so I can charge my whole collection of power banks at the same time. It can charge my laptop really, really quickly. It basically just reduces the need for having many random different plugs. I also charge my phone here because I don't like charging my phone beside my bed because it's bad for health. So yes, this Ugreen GAN charger is not only cool, it doesn't overheat, it's safe, and it's freaking powerful, which is totally awesome. I also use a bunch of Ugreen cables and Ugreen cable management ties all around the room. If you can spot it, tell me in the comments. And then we have the camera that you're looking at right now. This is the Sony FX30. I love it because it has an XLR cable, so I can plug mics like this straight into it. No hassle, no problem whatsoever, which is awesome. Very, very simple. It's got an XLR handle. It is a sturdy camera, and I run it with a dummy battery so that it never has to be swapped, which is super duper convenient, especially if you have a fixed setup like what you're looking at right now. It's got a Sigma 1835 lens, which is the f1.8. It's a classic lens on an adapter, and it's basically one of the best APS-C lenses ever made still to this day. It's brilliantly sharp. It's really good at macro close focusing. Its colors are quite nice, and it's just so versatile. Like, that's the gear I use. That's the setup. I absolutely love my setup, and I'm very, very glad at how it is now. And if this is the last ever setup tour on ZX Tech, because it's one of the last ever few videos on ZX Tech probably, it is a setup that I'm proud to show off. It's neater than ever with great cable management on most fronts. It's still lacking in some fronts, but it'll never be perfect, and no one ever will be. But I'm just so happy with it. And if you compare this setup tour with the first ever setup tour I did, almost a decade ago, it really brings back a lot of memories, and it's an extremely nostalgic experience. One that I look back on in pride, considering the fact that most of what I have in my setup was bought by me or sent by people who wanted me to make a video, aka I kind of earned it. And that leads me to the thing that I've been alluding to. These are going to be some of the last few videos you see on ZX Tech. I know most people wouldn't care because most people aren't fans. I don't really have many long-term repeating fans, but I am probably going to stop uploading on this channel. And the fundamental reason for that is I feel like I've kind of maxed out the utility of this channel. This channel still makes me some money and still does things for me, but with school kind of picking up, I'm studying industrial design in university now. It's starting to get hard to do it, and it's just not that exciting for me anymore. I've done tech videos for 10 years now, and that's as long as Linus Tech Tips has been doing tech videos. I've been doing it since I was 20. I'm 23 now, turning 24, and I've been doing it since I was 13 years old. The moment my dad bought a Canon EOS 70D, I was shooting videos and experimenting. And so as a result, having done 600-700 videos in my life, I've learned a lot, done a lot thanks to it, but it's kind of reached a point of do I still want to continue doing it? It's not enough to make a healthy living. It's kind of just hit the limit for me. Part of that is because the results haven't been that great. I mean, 10 years for 18,000 subscribers isn't that good. I mean, that's as long as Linus has done Linus Tech Tips. And to be fair, I did it since I was a teenager, 13 years old, stupid idiot. So I had a large part of the time spent making videos for ZX Tech was learning, was growing, and I'm still learning and still growing. I'm still completely inept at a lot of things. The matter is, at the end of the day, I've made tech videos for 10 years. I've done the same style of thing for 10 years. And even if it wasn't about the results, even if it was just love of the game, I kind of bored of it, man. I'm just kind of bored of that whole concept of doing tech reviews, which I've been doing for a decade. And considering I've been doing it since I was 13, that's nearly half my life, which is a lot. And so coming to the 10-year anniversary of this channel, I really took a moment to think about what I want to do next. And the answer just wasn't ZX Tech. I still want to do content. I still believe in the power of content creation and being a page with and a reach and a community. I'm still very happy that I've built some semblance of it on this channel at some point. But I just don't want to do it on this channel anymore. I don't want to do it in a place that feels very restricted to technology. I don't want to do it in a place that feels like it has so much weight and so much pre-existing videos and content holding it, weighing it down. And so I think it's time for a fresh start. And moving forward, I will probably upload. I am going to be starting a new channel. I don't know what that new channel is yet. I haven't even started thinking about the name, but I know roughly where I'll go with it. If this is the last video on ZagX Tech, then thank you so much for the support over a decade. That is crazy to say because I'm not even old and I've done this for 10 years. But I don't feel like it was a waste. I've got no regrets. I've learned so much. I've done so much. I've got to know so many people because of this. And I'm eternally grateful I started making videos. Thanks for watching. Don't subscribe. Subscribe to my new channel.